So my trading plan right here, I don't have no bias because the price can go up, the price can go down. In either direction, you can make a profit. And that's my mindset. That's the reason why I'm profitable. Right? So right now, since the price is near its all-time high, this is the weekly chart. You see what I'm saying? This is the weekly chart right here. All-time high rejection 4 days in a row. 4 weeks in a row. So I dropped down on the daily time frame. This last candle, which is today, I sold on that. I did kind of good on that. I was patient. I waited for about 3 days. Held it. I was persistent. And I just let that motherfucker go. Because I knew for a fact all these rejections. So how many rejections we got? To the Bulls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rejections. So I knew for a fact that this shit is gonna sell. Ain't no motherfucker way in the world is not gonna do that. Even though it's in a ranging market for a few weeks. How many weeks is it ranging for? 1, 2. Let me see. Let me count these joints out real quick. Hold up. Ranging market. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fucking weeks it was ranging. So I'm like, all right, bet. Price could not break to the upside. It could not break past 49613. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just sell it. And I sold it. Now, this is my trading plan for now. These two mustard looking green lines, that's my stop. I'm going for right now, since it's on at the all-time high and it closed below. This is so simple. You know what I'm saying? And it closed below this candle right here. It closed below this candle right here. My bias is I'm gonna drop down to the 15-minute. This purple line is gonna be my entry, and my stop loss is very, very tight. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna enter it immediately once it comes back up to that price, because it might fluctuate. It might fluctuate a little bit. It might go up, past it, come back down, just to get some liquidity going, and then drop down to this first red line, and then this green line is my take profit right there. So it might fluctuate up to the blue line, and that's gonna be a better price for me to get a sell position, just like it did here. It came down, came back up before it dropped back down, came up and then dropped back down. I'm waiting for it to come back up, maybe to this maybe to the moving average, and then place my trade for it to come all the way back down to here. And then I might be looking for buys. Just like that. Simple. Dow Jones, man. Simple. It might seem complicated, but it ain't. And each time it come up for a retracement, I'm going to add another position. So I might put, say if I do a standard lot, and then I'll probably put a standard lot and a half. And then to go down more, give me a nice little retracement. Then I might put 2 lots down. You see what I'm saying? Like, just like that, I'm allowed the profit in the account to become my leverage. Basically, I take the terminology like if this was a stock and I was getting paid dividend, instead of me using my dividends every month or whatever, how often they pay, it'd be just the profit in the account. I'm using the money I'm making. That's I'm gonna use the money I'm making to add more positions into the account. I'm gonna leverage my profits just like that until it either stop me out or take profit, just like that. Simple as that. Simple as that. You already know ski. How many Jones is this right here? How many points was this? Cause I caught it up where I got it on that. I caught that bitch right there at the tippity tip. Damn sure did, cause I woke up and the price was up in this area over here. Yup. I woke up and that shit was up here. I'm like, all right, since the price is over. When the price was above this candle and this candle, I was like, I just hurried up and rushed. I put a nice little lot size on that bitch and I just sold that junk and held it. And I ain't, and my stop loss was like right here. I wasn't even concerned for it to hit the stop loss. But it was like ranging for a long time, and just very last second, it just said boom. It just a lot of came in the market. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm still ghetto as shit. It came in the market. A lot of volume came in the market. Boom, and it's drop, and it was just dropping. But even though it was like consolidating for the better half of each hour of these candles, at the end of the candle, it dropped. I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? And at the end of it, it'll consolidate in one little price range for a little bit right in this area, and at the end of the hour, it'll drop. I'm like, God damn. You know what I mean? It'd be like 2 minutes left on the candle, then it start doing what it needed to do. Then it come back up, and then I'll fucking put another entry in. Boom. As soon as it comes, like this is I consider this candle right here the break, right? It came down to where I wanted it to come at. And instead of me closing it because the price was moving fast, I held it. I'm like, all right, bet. So I held it. It came back up. I'm like, all right, this shit might not even go in my direct. It might be in a reversal. But it dropped back down. Once it did the retest, well, all right, this is the break. You know what I'm saying? The price came from this one to here, broke it. It broke this blue line, came down here, right? That's the break. Here's the retest right there. My next, this is how I do my entries. This is how I do my entries. So once it came back up to retest, I'm like, oh shit, it might be a reversal. But since it stayed under the blue moving average, I already knew, like, all right, bet, since the price is coming back down, that's just a retest. It came back to retest the moving average. So I added another position. Even though it was fluctuating a little bit, it came back up. I'm like, all right, bet, this candle. It came back up. I'm like, fuck, this joint might be, you know what I'm saying, going into a whole nother direction. Then it dropped. Boom. I'm like, damn, there we go. But I wanted it to come back down here. I got impatient, but I stayed persistent, and I held that motherfucker. Came back up, and it tested the moving average again. Boom, dropped again. Did it again. Boom, dropped again. And I added a position each time it came up to the moving average. Boom. And that is how I leverage my account.